Okay, so our job today is how to put handles on quickly, efficiently, and so they all look the same, right? So you can see we've got some done here. We're gonna do this one next. And so, whoops. So the cabinet, it's a great cabinet. It's just soft close. We're pretty excited about it. Here's the tools we're gonna use. We need tape not to blow out the back of the cabinet. Obviously we have our handles. The problem is getting the handles always in the right spot and getting them up and level. This is worth its weight in gold. It's got a magnetic side, so you can actually go like this and it just, hangs onto it. Super handy. You should pick this up somewhere. Make sure. And it also has, when you do these here, this is another cool one. You can look down through the top. Great. This is the most important thing almost. We built a little jig. We started out with cardboard. Cardboard didn't really work because the hole got looser. So all we did is we took the cardboard jig and created it here. And then for outside, we flip it here. For the other side, we just back and forth. So same jig, ends up everything getting right in the right spot. So basically, we're gonna start here and we're gonna put some tape on the back. If you don't put any tape on the back, it blows it out. And so we need the tape approximately like that. So then we have the tape and it will keep the back from splitting. And we're gonna come in through the front. So we're gonna put this up. I'm gonna grab a little piece of tape here because my filmer is usually holding this for me a little bit tighter, but since she's busy, I'm gonna go ahead and do this just to make sure it stays a little bit better in its spot. Okay, so flip around this other side more. So we need to make sure that this stays up good and tight against the door. And we're gonna go ahead and okay, so there's one. Make sure the top still is good and tight. In fact, I'm gonna switch my grip up here. Make sure your fingers in the back is not a problem. Okay, so there we got that taken care of. We've got our two spots. We know they're gonna match everything else. I'm gonna take our tape off the back, push it down a bit so you can flatten it out, but it turned out really clean, right? There's no real chip-aways because of the tape. So then the next step is you're just gonna put in your screw, and you can do this on the verticals as well as the horizontals. It doesn't really matter, right? Come back around this side more. So then we're right here. So we're just gonna screw that in. And because the jig was good, our knobs are good. There's no fighting on making them fit. They just fit every time. So make the right jig. You might be able to buy jigs as well, but it's pretty easy to make a jig. So then you get this kind of almost finger tight. So it still has a little bit of movement, because what we want to do is take our little guy here and then bring it up. So now zoom in on that more. Whoops. So when we hook that to the side, we can see that the top of that, I need to go this way. So I'm going to push the bottom. All right, so I know if I push the bottom, so I'm going to push the bottom first, and I'm going to tighten it up. So I only have one fulcrum, one moving aspect of it. So then I'm just going to pull the top over until it fits in the middle, and then I'm going to tighten that little guy up. So I'm going to hook it up. Keep an eye on it here for a minute while I tighten it up. And then voila. Perfectly straight up and down. It looks really good. Take it off. It's going to be in the exact same spot as its neighbor. You just open it up just like that. Every time we're just going to do the rest of the cabinet. So what would take a long time, we're actually going to get done in probably 30, 45 minutes.